Ladies and gentlemen, this is of course a very good occasion, and I'd like to thank the Australian government for this partnership with IFC. We are very, very keen, as has been highlighted by Deva and also Vivek. Government has made a strategic decision that in order to provide that leapfrog into the Fijian economy, that we do need to do things outside the box. We need to be able to get into areas or sectors that has not actually been tried out before or not been explored. One of them, of course, is being the private sector growth. And sometimes, of course, private sector growth needs to have that level of assistance. I mean, IFC started back in the 1950s. Unfortunately, they did not come to Fiji in the 1950s. Perhaps we would have been a completely different story. But the reality is that many of the services that we do have in Fiji, in fact, can be greatly enhanced. There are many services that we actually can provide, but we do not have the base for it at the moment. You're absolutely right. We agree that the future for Fiji also is in the services sector. 69.4% of the total population of Fiji is below the age of 40. Challenges, but also a number of opportunities in that area. Similar to what you've said, given the statistics, we have something like 500,000 smartphones in a population of nearly 900,000 people. That's not bad. We have more SIM cards in operation at the moment as we speak than actual people in Fiji. Of course, a lot of people carry 2 SIM cards. As I said in the budget consultations, some for legitimate reasons, others for not so legitimate reasons. But the reality is there's opportunities. We believe that in the services sector, for example, in the medical sector, there is a need to, again, exponentially increase the range of services we offer. Firstly, to ensure that ordinary Fijians have access to tertiary care facilities that they currently don't. They have to travel across oceans to places like India, they have to go to Australia and New Zealand to get that level of treatment. That we believe is not right. We need to be able to get that range of services available. In the 21st century, that is actually not a good position to be in. And the fastest and the most economically efficient way of doing that is also to get private sector participation. So apart from the fact that we're now offering wonderful tax breaks, so you don't pay taxes for 12, 13 years if you invest in a hospital, we believe there's also an opportunity for public-private partnership. So ladies and gentlemen, we have already working with Deva and his team. We met them recently in Singapore also. They are carrying out a project for us. We hope it'll come to, and we've got a very strict timeline. This new PPP will actually come into fruition and be operational by February of next year. That's what we've agreed on. And so we hope to see some traction in that space. We also believe that there's a lot of opportunity in the ITC sector itself. But just sticking on to medical, I agree that there's opportunities in the tourism sector. But if you are able to get full tertiary care available, you can actually broaden the scope and the segmentation within the tourism sector. We've had a couple of large multinational corporations that have wanted to hold a conference in Fiji, but they have finally decided not to, purely because of the lack of range of medical services available. So it sort of feeds into it. We also have the opportunity, which we currently don't exploit at all, of retirement villages. I know a lot of people, for example, from Japan would probably like to have a retirement village in Fiji or have a home here. But we need to have the full range of medical services. So we believe that addressing fundamental areas such as the medical field will open up enormous doors for us. We, of course, wouldn't mind carrying out, surgeries and other procedures for Australians and Kiwis who may actually find a lot more attractive. I mean, what better way to come and have a procedure and then to relax on the beach in Fiji? I mean, these are the sort of opportunities we need to explore. The other, of course, in the ITC sector in respect of back-end processing, data processing. So IFC also for us, they have actually provided for us a very wonderful resource in terms of technical assistance and to be able to provide that knowledge base, that intellectual input, and that knowledge base that we don't necessarily have because of the lack of development in this sector. So it's greatly appreciated, and we would like to once again congratulate Australia for helping us through IFC to be able to realize this true potential. I think there are a lot of other opportunities in Fiji that IFC can also help us leverage. We've, of course, recently, again, sort of brought to the fore the insurance, the MIGA. Of course, it's available to investors in Fiji. that's being offered through MIGA. So there's a number of other sort of ways through which we can attract private sector, and I think with government also outsourcing its work too, a lot of its services, there's opportunities for not just Australian companies or New Zealand companies, but countries from outside the region. But as we can already see, for example, with the outsourcing of work, 2 New Zealand companies are greatly benefiting from this. And of course, there are other companies from these 2 countries that can benefit also. But we believe that given Fiji's position in the Pacific, we can provide a peer learning experience for other Pacific Island countries too. So thank you very much for this. Thank you for the contribution. I'm sure IFC can impress upon you that you can expand upon that in time to come too, and so do we. And we look forward to a wonderful partnership and collaboration. Vinaka, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister.